welcome and join us on a ride out from Crossgates, just behind us, just left there. Nice breakfast, fantastic. To Shrewsbury via Cullen. We'll just be chatting about lines, what we can see, vanishing points, overtaking opportunities, all that sort of stuff today. With the idea that this is a fairly well behaved, hopefully sensible ride that you can watch at your leisure. There's a few little pointers along the way. Vans going on 3 wheels, that sort of thing. Come along and see what you think. We've got about 8 people behind us, so we're just keeping them in the mirrors as they all leave the cafe there. And then as we get into the countryside, we're picking up on the national speed limits. We'll just steadily increase our speed, not wanting to drop anybody off too much. We're using the second man drop off system here, which is quite useful for unknown roads and unknown people. What it basically means is if there's a junction or a roundabout or anywhere that you've got to turn, the second man, i.e. the person behind the person in front, is requested to stop at the junction just to mark the direction of the route, and everybody behind heads off in the right direction, and the tail end Charlie scoops up that person. We're just looking out this car on the left. Give them a nice wide berth, because you never quite know. There's some pedestrians around. Moving into the left now because somebody's going to overtake the cyclist and encroach into our lanes. Just move yourself over. Careful though, if you do start doing that, you might be seen as giving them an invitation to come on, so it's just got to balance that. Craven Arms. Nice little place if you've never been. It's just finished raining. A bit overcast still. But we're going to be heading left. So we've spied up the junction. And we're looking for a safe place to drop our second man off. So somewhere nice and clear that cars and that can go past. So just there on the left is a nice place where that drop curb is. We'll drop our man there, just by pointing at him and telling him to stop there. He'll indicate left. Front man carries on. Everybody overtakes the second man, is now stopped, and we can all carry on. We're into the sheep territory, just gone over a cattle grid there, so just keeping our eye out on these little sheepies. Never know if they're going to be wandering across the road. They look quite happy just munching, so if you see some, cover the brakes. Be prepared to stop. They are, as animals go, pretty stupid. If you ask any sheep farmer, he'll tell you that all a sheep wants to do is die. So if you see them on the side, assume they're going to run out in front of you. Don't take anything for granted. Keep your eyes peeled on what other vehicles and other cars are doing. If they start putting the brakes on, they've seen something that you haven't. Perhaps use all the clues that are there. So where we're keeping in the middle of the road, furthest away from these sheep that might be grazing on the edge. There's a couple. Look, what are they up to? One on the right's having a snooze, one on the left there having his dinner, so no problem. We just saw a car disappearing round to the right. We're moving over to the left now. There's no sheep about. Just get an earlier view around this corner. And this is what we mean by positioning. If you can get an earlier view around a corner, you get longer to plan what you're doing. We're moving right over for those sheep. You know, where's the hazards coming from? Was it those 2 cars oncoming? Or was it that gaggle of sheep that might run out? Prioritise your hazards. Looking up through the vanishing point now, that's the point in the road where it seems to disappear. Just to get a nice bead on the corners. Saw the cattle grid sign, so what we don't want to be doing is going over the cattle grid on the side. So quickly straighten the bike up there. Now that's a technique you can use. It's counter steering. You can talk about counter steering later on. It helps you steer into corners. Also helps you steer out. You've heard the phrase, I'm sure by now. If you haven't, get onto it. Push left to go left, push right to go right. And if you've already got your bike leant over, perhaps in a roundabout or perhaps around a corner, you need to stand your bike up quick. If you put some input into those bars, turn your bars physically into the corner tighter, the bike will stand up. So we're just picking our lines. We're over by the white lines. There's no need, there's not going to be any overtakes on here because we've got the cars ahead, we've got the solid whites. So just give ourselves plenty of time, plenty of space. We've got the junction signs on the left there. That's why there's no overtake on. And also, we've got a train of guys behind us. We don't want to leave them too far behind. Second man drop-off system will pick him up, but you know, it's a social ride out. Got all the chevrons there. We've got the highlighted background. That's going to tell us it's quite a sharp corner. So positioning over to the white line for the left-hander and staying out there all the way around the corner. Okay, now we're anticipating an overtake coming on. We can see we've got all that space. Moving out, and over we go. There's nothing in these junctions. See some bikes coming down. Let's move in. They're going to want to overtake, I'm sure. So let them do their thing. And then we'll always have another go to overtake ourselves if we need to. Okay, just looking up ahead. Plenty of space. Loads of space, loads of gap between us and them. We've got the hazard lines in the road, those longer white stripes. We've got the slow and the Arabs in the road as well. Just temper the corner speed. Keeping it nice and sensible. Over to the left for the right-hander. Looking at that limit point of vision. That point where the road seems to hit the hedge. If the distance between us and it is decreasing, the corner's tightening up, or it's a sharp corner coming in. If it stays the same when you're in the corner, like now, that distance between me and it, we're in the corner, and it's a standard radius or steady radius corner. What we're looking for though is when that limit point of vision starts to go away from us, the distance between us and it increases. Then we know the corner is opening up and there's no danger of us running wide at all or anything like that. So limit point of vision, start practice using it. It's not the be and end all, it's not the holy grail, but it's a good tool when you've got these nice high hedges and that's the only thing you can use to see. Okay, over to the left for the right-hander, picking up on the limit point of vision, using the overview of the hedges. You can see there's a junction sign on the left, so just easing off around these corners. Where's the junction? Anybody going to pull out on us? What can we see? There's the junction, nobody there. We can carry on again. Move in for the tractor, give him some space, and then looking up ahead, where's the next corner coming from? Always hunting that corner. Got a triangle sign there. What does it say? Okay, wasn't for us. It was for the other side. Pick up the triangle signs though. This one's for us. What does it say? First right, then left. Find the right corner. There's the chevrons. Tip it in. Look for the exit point. We've got that steady distance now between us and the vanishing point. It's gone away from us. Now we can look for the next one. It's coming closer towards us. It's a sharper corner. Now it's staying the same. Now it's gone away. It happens that quick. So as you approach the corner, you're judging the speed you can take the corner at based on the limit point of vision and everything else you can see. And now we've caught up behind an animal trailer. We had an inside view there. staying out for the corner, using that extra bit of visibility that we've got, and then round we go. Got another car ahead of us, so already start planning an overtake. There it is again, just going away from us. Use it to give us a read of the corner. Okay, coming down into a village there. So you get these early warning markers in this country that we're in at the minute. So just rolling round, giving the people behind us a chance to catch up a little bit before we enter the village. Through the village, into the national speed limits, and we've picked up a few cars ahead of us. So already planning a move, if there needs to be one. Where might it come? Just getting a view of these corners as well. Quite high hedges, got the hazard warning lines down the middle of the road. You know, any overtakes on here are going to have to be fairly brisk. Also, bearing in mind, we've got people following. We don't really want to be putting them out of any comfort zones. Pointless overtaking these three and blasting off into the distance when there's junctions to mark further up. You need a few people behind you when you're doing the second man drop off, otherwise you're out there on your own and you've just got to wait at junctions. So often overtakes that you may have taken on your own, you might just leave until you've got 2 or 3 people up behind you who can see where you've gone. So looking at the Yarafs on the road, obviously there for a reason. Junctions on the left, you know, up over the top of these blind corners, houses, driveways, that sort of thing. So a nice view of the road going ahead of us now, and we're just waiting for some folks to appear in the old rear view mirrors. So nice opportunity just to practice some really nice, smooth, flowing positional work in and out of these corners. As soon as you can see around a corner, then you can move to the next corner. So always planning the next one. This one I can see, yeah, I know the position to be in, over to the right for the left-hander. Looking at the limit point of vision, just miles away, nice steady corner. Okay, where's the next one? Use the top of that car, looked like it disappeared off to the right. So over to the left, using the hedge, there's the top of the car again. Where's the next corner? Where's the next one? Where's the next one? So we can see the cars disappearing. We've got a view of how sharp that corner is. We've got the first right then left corner sign. We've got the chevrons. We'll tip that in. There it opens up. We'll come back over to the right hand side for the left hander. Tip it round. Using that limit point of vision as it opens up, you can carry on again. We've got a few people up behind us now, so we're now starting to think these cars are slowing us down, so we might just want to pick a few off in a second. Okay, got a bit of a junction there. The car ahead's turning right, move in to the left so that the people behind can see the car's indicator. When you're travelling in a group, give as much information to the guys behind as you can. If you're out there on the right hand side, you're blocking the car's indicator, they don't know why you're slowing up. Move into the left. So now we're going to pick up the pace just to close up on these cars again, because we need to press on. So we're just coming up behind them. We're going to look for an overtake opportunity. We're already thinking about it. When can it happen? There's 2. There's a landing space in between the 2. So outside this corner, as it opens up, can we go? There it is. No problem. Road narrows. Drop it down, just in behind this car. Inside view, just waiting for it to open up again. Gently ease back if there's nothing coming on. And round we go. Nice clear view, Off we go. We don't want to be dawdling around behind cars for too long. We've already got it planned. We're already in the right gear. Let's just go as soon as that opportunity arises. There's the chevrons tucked in the right. There's the limit point of vision. We've got the hedge line as well. Tip it over one way, back round the other way, looking at the limit point of vision. Off we go. Always keep your eyes pinned on that limit point. Move in for the oncoming vehicle. We've got the signs in the hedge. We've got these chevrons. Get that bike in a nice responsive gear so we get the drive out the corner. Back over to the left for the right-hander. And then over to the left for the right-hander again. Limit point of vision, opens up, closes down, opens up again. Always keep your eyes pinned on it. Chevrons, opens up. Looking for the second corner. Got the junction on the left. Oncoming car. Let's move in for that. Got the railings there. That's telling us where the limit point is. It's a constant distance between us and it. But then it opened up. Now it's coming towards us again. Staying constant. It's opened up. It's that quick. That's how fast it happens. Just look for those changes. So we made some nice overtakes there, and nice bit of straight road. No need to come pinging down this road at massive speed. Nice straight road. Give people the opportunity to make some overtakes themselves. Moving in for the oncoming cars. Looking at that limit point. Waiting for it to go away. There it is. Straight on again. Same thing round to the right. See where those corners are coming. Keep your eyes peeled for the triangle signs. Keep your eyes peeled for the chevrons. Got a downhill sign. Change down a gear. Get into that responsive gear. Danger of rock falls. So there might be some debris in the middle of the road. You don't know. Just stay out the middle, that's where debris tends to sit. So hold that gear, get that engine braking going nicely. As these corners open up, you can start to come back around. Here's our markers into the next village. So we're just rolling off, giving anybody a bit of space, a bit of time to catch up. Up over the top of the hedge we can see where the road's going. As we hit that 40, we're doing 40. So a nice little run there. We got one person in the mirror, everybody else has dropped off a little bit, which is fine. We just need to be a bit wary of that as we come into villages and there's some turns. You need you need some people behind you to mark junctions. If there's only one person, you can only do one junction, so just letting everybody catch up. Keeping the speed down just allows them to creep up on us. Ready for the next junction. And being the lead, if nobody does catch up, you just need to pull over for a little bit and wait till you see them, then you can head off again. No point being miles out in front. On your own. So as we go through the villages, we're just aware that hazards come from all directions. So we're going to drop somebody off at this junction. Our man behind, we're just going to stick him there, pointing left. That's fine. Everybody behind him knows which way to go. We've got one more person behind us. So as we turn right, we just need to put them somewhere safe everybody can see. So right in front of JD Calf. Stop them right there on that drop curb, and everybody else can see where they've gone. And from that point on, it's just straight on. So we're just ticking over now, waiting for everybody else to come through. We've got the car coming out on the left, so we'll just give him some space. Make sure he's stopped. I've run out of people now to drop off, so I'm just looking for a place to pull over for myself. Somewhere's not going to cause any issues for anybody else. Up here on the left looks good. Just dive into one of these parking spots. Got a good view behind. I'm not in anybody's way. We'll stop here for a few seconds, but by the magic of video, we won't last that long. See? Watch this van now. This is ace. Van's turning left. Wait for it. Whoop. Only 3 wheels. What do you need 3 wheels for? Okay, we've picked everybody up behind us again. We've got the road narrow sign. We're coming out of the village. We're just waiting for the nationals. There they go. And off we go. We've got to slow in the road. And it's a bit narrow, so we're expecting people oncoming. So we're not going to be going too mad along here, because we still need to be able to stop if something untoward comes towards us. But whilst I can see, we can take up that space. When we can't see, we can come into the left a little bit, which is a bit counterintuitive, because we want to go out right to see around the corners. But likewise, we don't want to be head on to something coming around the corner on our side of the road when the roads are narrow. A wise man calls them speed plus speed roads. Your speed plus their speed you've got to take into account. Okay, limit point's coming towards us. Now it's gone away. Now it's really gone away, but we're looking for this sharp corner on the left. Big chevrons. There's our limit point. Goes away. Get on the power again. There's our limit point. Goes away. Every time it goes away, you can wind it on a little bit, because you know you're not going to run on. Up through the trees, you know where the corner's going. Just saw a car going round. Move in for the oncoming. There's our car, already thinking we've caught it up. Is there an opportunity on? Have a look. Don't fancy it. Come back in. There's always another time to go. Move in to the left, get an earlier view. There's our view. Round we go. Steady away. Got the cyclist up ahead, staying out for them. Got the early view around the corner because we're in that position already. Use it. Give them the space they need. And now we're back into the flow of things. Over to the right for the left-handers. Moving in for the oncoming cars. Give ourselves some space. Over to the left for the right-handers. And it's just a case of picking your line between the two corners. Adapting that line for any hazards that you might perceive. And sticking yourself in the best place, at the best time, at the right time, all the time. Over to the left for the long right-hander. Stay over to the left. Look at that limit point of vision. Hasn't moved yet. Stay in your position until the corner opens. Okay, got the tractor slowing down, expecting vehicles on our side of the road. Got the slow sign. Got the chevrons. Keep out wide, expecting people to be on our side of the road. As it opens up, get the power on. Coming up behind the car again. Already planning an overtake. thinking about it. Inside view. There it is. Inside views, outside views, plan your overtakes, and let them go. Okay. We know it's a pickup, we know it's got a trailer, we know it's going to be fairly steady. We also can assume it might pull off. So let's make sure there's no junctions around, and then we can just take it. Using that bike acceleration just to get up to speed nicely, not blasting past, just waiting for them to open up to speed, and then looking for the next corner to get into the right position, just to keep it flowing. Over to the right for the left-hander, there's our limit point, opens up, over to the left for the right-hander, opens up, flow between the two, limit point of vision opens up. Got the corner sign, pinching a bit of the other side of the road there, limit point of vision comes in, just scrub that speed off. Using the hedge line, using the lines, using the oncoming vehicles, move into the oncoming traffic, look at the limit point, get over to the other side, keep it driving round, and off we go. Road narrow sign, looking to see where that is, just to see where the pinch points are going to be. Blind crest, keep it over to the left, don't know what's coming. Move over to the left on these crests. Might be some big tractors coming up over the other side. You never know. Using the hedge line, using the telegraph poles, using all the things that you can see to give you an early indicator of those corners. Limit point of vision opens up. Okay, saw the sign on the road, saw it goes down to the right, scrub some speed off, dip it in, limit point opens up. Now, just coming into a built-up area. We'll let the people behind catch up again. We'll just have a breather for a minute or two. Limit points of vision. Over to the left, the right-hander, get that earlier view. You're only pinching a few yards. It helps. You can see where the road's going up over the hedge there. Just caught a glimpse of something ahead of us. So we're just rolling off again. It's one of those things when you're at the front. Just need to be wary of what's going on behind. So, nice little village again. Holding that speed right off, giving people time to make up. Okay, road goes straight on here. So we just need to make it clear where we're going for everybody behind us. So I don't want to disappear, I just want them to pick me up and know where I am. So again, little pause here whilst we wait. Okay, so we've picked them all up again and we'll head off. Tiny little village, this one. Pretty sharp old corners. So, nice and steady. Give yourself plenty of space. Mind the potholes, just where you don't need them. And round we go. Plenty of cars parked on the left. Not much space here. Oncoming vehicle, but I'm coming through. So, thank you. They stopped. Thank you very much. Nice friendly wave. Thank you. And on we go. Don't want to be upsetting the locals. Just tickling through the little village. Steady away. Early view around the corner. See, there's nothing coming. There we go. Nice villages, nice, you know, take your time, steady away, have a little look around, check your gauges, see what's going on. Reset the old mind again, looking for the national speed limit signs. There we go. And we've got the hedge line there on the inside, so let's go. Straighten that out a little bit. If we can get away with less corners, the better it is. But likewise, we need to get ourselves in the right position to see around the corners. Over to the right for the left-handers. Looking at the limit point of vision coming towards us, going away. Got the slow on the road, over to the left. It's gone narrow. Got the oncoming car, we'll just move in for that. And then picking our line to the next corner that we can see. Well, the second one, not the first one. We already know what we're doing this one. Next one, where do I want to be now for the next corner? So keep your eyes up. What's the next corner going to be doing? There it is at the top there. Going right, so I need to be over to the left. Where's the next one? I'm in this corner now. Where's the next one? It's up there. It's round to the left again. Okay, left then right. So next corner, next corner, next corner, entry, exit, next time, next time, next time. Keep picking up on the signage. Keep picking up on what you can see and what you can't see. You can see with the corners going away from us. See how it opens up? You don't need to be over to the left on this one. It's open. There's different techniques, different styles for the different corners that you see. If it's open, apex it. If it's not, use your position for visibility and stability to carry that speed around the corners that you need to. You only be on the brakes every 5 minutes in the corners if you've read them correctly. Okay, nice chance of taking the view up at the top of the end. Quite nice. Moving over to the left because we can see that tree line telling us the corner go round to the right. As it opens up, we'll open up. Over to the left, the right-hander, and you're getting the idea now. It's just stitching these corners together. Left-hander coming up. Limit point of vision staying put, so that's how sharp the corner is. There we go, nice long one. Limit point of vision staying an equal distance away. It's not getting towards us, not going away from us, staying in the corner. Nice wide open corners, just rolling between the two. On to the next one, on to the next one, on to the next one. Where's it going next? Get in that position nice and early, give you the most benefit of that position. Where's it going next? Keeping that positive throttle on around the corners. As bikes lean, they'll scrub off speed naturally, so just crack the throttle a bit. Cracking the throttle into a corner keeps it planted. Give that bike a bit of drive around the corner. Pedestrian there. Not pedestrian, cyclist. Give them plenty of space. And back down into a nice village again. Knocking the speed off. There wasn't a speed limit change, but just out of politeness really. And at the other side, we'll go on again. Jag! Nice to see a Jag out and about. Plenty of slow signs on the road, move into the oncoming cars. Give that van a bit of a space, don't know what's going to sneak out of it. As the road opens up, we'll just crack the throttle a bit. Pinching a bit of the right hand line there, just to get that smoothness into the left hander. You can do that much more. It's called offsiding. Weigh up the benefits versus the risks. If you're having to offside that much to straighten those corners out that much, just consider the risk and reward. Okay, another little village. Dropping it down to 40 nicely. We've got the traffic lights there. We're going to cruise through them, that's fine. Second man drop off again. If somebody does get caught in those red lights, we should have somebody marking a junction so that they're not having to play catch up. They can just cruise on at their own speed. They'll come across somebody stopped on the side of the road, not blocking traffic like you see some groups do. Blocking traffic is bad. So, side of the road, pointing at the junction they need to take, and when the last man comes along, just sneak out in front of them. Okay. Now, what you'll find is, when cars dawdle out in front of you like that, they're probably local, and they're going to dawdle off somewhere else. Okay, so just give them a bit of space. Happens a lot in towns or villages. The car will dawdle out in front of you, slow you up for 300 yards, then dawdle off somewhere else. Don't be too quick to overtake them, because they haven't looked in the mirror since 1976. Okay, we'll start to wind it on again. We've got a few behind us. Enough to be getting on with anyway. Enough for the next few junctions. Got the big chevrons. Tip it in, limit point of vision. Feed the power on as the corner opens up. Do it nice and smoothly though, you know. Wear your tyres out otherwise. We've got the car ahead telling us which way the road's going. We'll let everybody catch up again. Here they are. You got to dive in every now and again, otherwise you run out of second people to drop off. So you need 2 or 3 behind you. Plenty of mud on the road. You can see there's been some field work going on. You can smell it as well a little bit. So if you smell that sort of, you know, countryside smell, consider there's a lump of mud in the road around the next corner. Got the road junction there. We're going on round, just making sure nobody's there, nobody's going to be moving. It's all fine. So we'll start picking up on these corners again. Just easing through them, nice and smoothly. Got a crossroad sign, so look left, look right. Clear it, it's fine. Off we go. Well, if you're still watching, thanks. You're getting the idea now. Steady away, look up ahead, see where the corner's going, get in the right position for it, tip the bike in, using some counter steering. What's counter steering? Counterintuitive, that's what. Push left to go left. What do you mean, push left or go, no. Push the bars left, give them a nudge. It sends the front wheel pointing to the right, as you'd expect. That lies the bike over on its left-hand side. And hey presto, bike's lying over on their left, go left. Counter steering is a technique used to upset the balance of the bike quickly, overcoming all those gyroscopic forces and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't happen all the way around a corner. Once the bike's settled in a corner, it will stay there. It's to get the bike tipped over. Bikes can only corner if they're tipped over. Now, tip it over, then it's happy where it is. Tip the bike over, then it's happy. To tip the bike over, you counter steer. If anybody says, oh, I don't use counter steering, lies. You don't know you're doing it, but you are. Counter steering, when you bring it to the forefront of your mind, helps keep the bike exactly where you want it at any point in time. Even if you're running too wide, counter steer more, push more left to go further left around a corner. Okay, coming up to this one, I'm ready on the left bar in case there's something oncoming. Okay, a wise man once said, action is better than reaction, and I believe it. So if you're ready, you can react. There's an argument there to say, well, should you be in a different position to start with? It's checks and balances. It's a trade-off between the right position and the right view, being ready to move if you're comfortable to, if something changes. Get that information in all the time. If there's something coming along and you can see it first because you're in a better position, you can move the bike. If you're in a different position to start with, would you need to move the bike? Well, I don't know. I'll let you think that one up. Sharper corners, yeah. Open corners, like these, you can move in quickly, easy, using counter steering way before the oncoming vehicles or the hazard gets to you. So, counter steering. Nudge the bar to the right, the bike will line right. Nudge the bar to the right, the bike goes right. Push forwards, parallel to the ground. A positive push on the bars. Of course you can push pull, but if I start saying pull on the left and push on the right and right on the push and the push right pull, it gets confusing. Push right to go right, push left to go left. Your other arm just does the opposite, obviously. That way, with infinitesimally small inputs, counter steering inputs, you can hold that bike on whatever line you choose. If you're in a corner and you want to correct it, you use counter steering. Move it an inch to the left, move it an inch to the right. There's a dead hedgehog in the road on my line. Okay, go round it. Okay, counter steer. Put those inputs into the bar consciously. Don't just expect it to happen because you're leaning the bike or you're looking where you want it to go. Looking helps, counter steering does. Okay. Looking where you want to go is where the bike's going to end up, because you end up naturally counter steering. Bleep bloop that down in the comments if that doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes a bike go around a corner is putting it on its side. To put the bike on its side, you have to put some input into the bars. Looking where you're going absolutely helps, because it naturally turns your body and you naturally put a bit of effort into the bars automatically. That puts the bike on the side. Look to where you want to go, the bike will go there. Yes, it will. Counter steer, physically, the bike will move exactly where you want it to go, when you want it to do it. You don't have to wait for that sort of delay for your body to move, your eyes, your shoulders to drop your elbow, you know, weight the pedal, all of that stuff. Yeah, it'll turn the bike. Counter steering moves the bike. You've all heard stories of stunt riders and stuff moving the bike around and stuff with their knees. Yeah, that's the geometry of the bike. You stand up with your bike in the garage, stand behind it on the old luggage rest or on the back of the seat or anything, and you tilt the bike sideways slightly, you'll see the front wheel turn. That's steering geometry. In order to get the bike to line over when you've got rotational forces and gyroscopic stuff going on, engage counter steering mode. You do it anyway. Physically tell yourself you're doing it. Feel the pressure in the palm of your hands. Push left to go left. It's a gentle press. The harder you press, the faster it goes. If you want to stand the bike up, press in the other direction. Try it. See what you think. It's a difficult thing to explain. You've got to experience it. The best way to do that is in a straight line. Make sure there's nothing behind you, and then gently, with the palm of one hand, push left or push right, and watch what the bike does. Okay, we're in Hope. Hope's a nice place. Nice to have a bit of hope. Staying on this right hand position to see around the corner. Moving across to the left, for the early view around the right. Making sure we can see what we need to see at all times. We just saw a van going away from us there ahead. Got the chevron signs. Picking those up. Chevron signs with a highlighted background mean there's going to be a fairly sharp corner coming round. Positive throttle around the corner keeps the bike stable. Using this counter steering now through these twisty bits to lay the bike down, push left to go left, push right to stand it up again. The harder you push, the faster it goes. Once it's leant over the desired amount, because you've seen the desired amount, because you know the corner's coming up, you've read the limit point of vision and all that sort of stuff, you've put the steering input in, the bike's in the corner, it's settled, it's happy. Apply drive when the limit point of vision starts to go away from you. Using the van's brakes as a warning. Is he really slowing down? Or is he just on the brakes as a comfort brake? Got the inside view, staying back from the van. So a big vehicle. The further back you stay, the more you can see past them. Have a bit of a look. Something coming. We've got the corner signs, you've got the 30 signs. You get an idea of how sharp the corner is. Keep the van in sight. That tells us what's going on. Keep your eyes peeled for his brake lights coming on around the corner. You know, use their eyes. Look to see what they're doing and use it. We've got the chevrons, we've got the warning signs. We're just steady away at the minute. Just nice, relaxing, flowing. Right. Okay. Can have a look. Nothing on. Lost the view. We've got the junction there, so, you know, nothing's on because of the junction, but we're thinking about stuff. We're thinking about this overtake coming up. When it's coming up, we don't know, but we're planning for it. Might be after this junction, when these white lines clear off. Inside view, outside view. It's not there yet. We're taking our time. Bearing in mind, we've got a few guys behind us that if we disappear off into the distance, they're going to need to get past themselves. So, whilst they're all more than capable, you know, sometimes there's no need. Another nice little village. So keeping the position out towards the centre line a little bit, because dangers are coming out from the side roads, from the driveways, from the junctions. Okay, it's a school, even though it's a weekend. Might be kids and stuff around. Take in those clues. So we're out the other side of the village. We can start just winding on a little bit. We've got a few guys behind us. Just nice and gently. Looking at the road signs there. Just, there's an exclamation mark, you know, there's something to be wary of. So just past that little danger zone, then carry on. Push right to go right. Push left to stand up. Push left to go in. Push right to stand up. The more smooth and fluid you can make those inputs, the more smooth and fluid your ride's going to be. Push right to go right. Throttle on, positive throttle. Ease it over to the right. Push left to go left. Just gentle pushes, tiny adjustments. Unless the corner's big, then it's a big adjustment. Reading what the corner's going to be like before you get there, that's to do with your observation skills, your limit points of vision. You're looking up over the top, you're seeing the hedge, you're seeing everything else, seeing the road signs, everything. Vision and observation is key. If you haven't seen it, you can't plan for it. Keep your eyes up. What's that car doing ahead? What's the one ahead of that doing? Any clues that can give us? They all tell a story. Oncoming vehicles, Jag, tells us where the road's going next. Okay. Have they got their wipers on? Are we coming into some drizzle? All of that stuff. Just keeping it swaying between the corners. We got a bead on the top car. You can see what that's happening, see what it's doing. We're keeping a distance for the minute because we're going on steady. So, hopefully you've enjoyed that little ride along, folks. Steady away, you know, nice. Rule number one is to get home in one piece. Always, has to be. We've looked at road positioning. We've looked at hazard avoidance. We've used counter steering a lot. We always use it. Make sure you do it on purpose. There's a phrase, or a few phrases, that explain it quite nicely. When we know nothing about anything, we're unconsciously incompetent. We don't know what we don't know. We're a bit thick. When we know we don't know, we're now consciously incompetent. Okay? Think of that thing that you can't do, and you know you can't do it. You're consciously incompetent. Once we learn something, and once we try it out, and once we practice it, and once we do it a few times, we become consciously competent. We know we can do it. And then it becomes normal. We normalise what we do, and riding a bike is that. Once we've normalised it, and it becomes easy, we don't have to think about what we're doing, we are now unconsciously competent. And that's where we plateau. That's where our skill level will stay if we don't do anything about it. It might creep up slowly over years' experience, but if we can bring our unconscious competence back to conscious competence, you know, by actively thinking about what we're doing, we can make huge leaps and bounds on our skill level quite quickly, because we know how to turn a bike, and we'll put it into practice on purpose. It's not natural anymore, we're making it happen. We're just slowing down because we saw the signs and we expected some cars around the corner. Read the signs, you know, the signs are there for you. Read them. So when you've got a skill you want to master, get some training, go out, talk to people, get a coach. Coaches will help you become consciously competent again and move that plateau that where you were, from whatever skill level you're at, they'll move you on a step. Then you can relax, let it all settle in, let that new skill become unconsciously competent again. Then when you stop having to think about it, get some more training. Think about it again. Understand what it is you're doing. Work at it. Work at a little bit. Is it my positioning? Is it my steering? Is it my gearing? Is it my braking? What tiny aspect of your ride needs work? Tiny littlest thing. Work on it. Get it better. Work on it consciously, so you're better at what you were than before. Tick that box, then do something else. And that's what this little video has been all about, really. What are we doing? What are we thinking about as we're doing it? And how can we make it better? We've talked about limit points of vision. We've talked about a bit about the second man drop-off system. We've talked about positioning. We're just trying to bring things along, nice and steady. And now, it's time for a coffee. So, we're going to say cheerio to some of the guys. Cheerio. We're going to head off for a coffee. And then, head back home. Maybe for some beers. Okay, remember, push left to go left. The bike will stay put once it's in the corner. Okay, let's crack on. Bear with. And hit hyperdrive. 3, 2, 1, go. It's amazing, this video, you know. The power of video. We don't really want to be seeing dual carriage right now, do we? So we're just going to crack on here for a bit and then we'll go for a coffee. So hope you've enjoyed it, folks. We'll catch you on the next one.